Donald Trump is begging the Supreme Court, that group of court jesters, a group of court jesters, the 6 Republicans in robes who like to walk around and pretend they're actual judges. He's begging them to suspend the Friday hearing that has been set up by Judge Merchan in New York to criminally hold the president of the United States responsible. What would he do? What would the sentence be? My guess is it wouldn't be too much of a sentence. I don't think Merchan is going to step forward and just destroy him. But God, we can hope. Man, if they could slap the cuffs on him, even for 5 minutes, it'd be so cool if he could just be like sentenced to all time before inauguration that he has to go in. Again, I don't expect any serious sentencing, but even if it's a fine, even if there's any kind of a sentence that holds this man accountable and says you're a criminal, that's better for our society. So what's going on right now? Well, I'm going to read it to you, let you know. So Trump's little lawyers, the ones that won't be paid eventually and will be going on TV to attack him and claim that we never knew he was that crazy when they don't get paid, went straight to the Supreme Court, their last place to go, and probably offered Clarence Thomas a trip to Greenland, maybe Alito. He likes those free flights. Maybe a free flight to, I don't know, Canada, just a place I pulled out of the top of my head. Check things out for him, see how those new places are going to do when they rule over them. But he went to them like he did on immunity, like he did so many times when he's been in a desperate situation and Eileen Cannon hasn't been able to stop everything for him. So we've got the 6 most corrupt, allegedly, Supreme Court justices ever who are going to sit there and decide whether Judge Merchan can do his actual duty and hold Trump responsible for the 34 counts he was held responsible. He was found guilty of when it came to paying off Ms. Stormy Daniels before the election in 2016, the hush money case, as we call it. I'd use another word, but again, I can't say it. It rhymes with corn. She was a corn star. Still, who knows? They may demonetize me for that. These are the things I've been talking with you all about why we're going to all be at other places too, like Patreon. I digress. Prosecutors are expected to file a response Thursday morning. Trump's team started an immediate stay of the scheduled sentencing, saying it would be wrongly restrict him as he prepares to take office. Trump right now, look, he's got to unbury himself from a pile of Cheetos, sit up and see if his back is still working as that big bowling ball he calls a belly flops on the floor. He may actually sort of like a Tower of Pisa fall forward while trying to watch Fox and Friends. And he has to get up and he has to have all the people that take the huge brushes to scrape the barnacles and everything off of him and dress him. And all of that to go to court. Well, as you can imagine, that takes time away from presidenting, right? Who's going to president when that's going on? So while Merchan has indicated he will not impose jail time, as I said, fines or probation. Oh, I thought we might get fines. Trump's lawyers argued a felony conviction would still have intolerable side effects. Like everyone in the world would know this man is even more of a schmuck than they already do. I don't know. I'm not sure what the side effects would be. We already know he's horrible. And everybody outside of this country is pretty confident that we all screwed the pooch on reelecting him. In any case, the sentencing should be delayed as he appeals the conviction to prevent grave injustice. Grave injustice. Would that be like, oh, I don't know, sending a group of people to storm the Capitol on January 6th, 4 years ago, wearing Camp Auschwitz sweatshirts and such and killing police officers? Or would that be going and meeting with Vladimir Putin to share our secrets, allegedly, once you kick a translator out of the room? Or would that be deporting people with no kind of recourse possible and threatening people to send in armies into cities? And I don't know, I can go on with this forever. Assaulting, 40 different women. Yeah, those seem more like grave injustices than a judge is saying, by the way, you're a felon. I'm not even imposing jail time or anything like that. But no, little Trumpy, he has to have his way and you can't have these things happen. And again, I told you what the process is like for him to get up off the sofa. So emergency motion is from lawyers John Sauer, Trump's pick for Solicitor General. In Trump's administration, Solicitor General works a little differently. Solicitor General goes to Epstein's old hangouts. Okay, I'll stop. Who represents the government before the High Court, and Todd Blanche. Of course, he picked a guy for his other lawyer whose name literally means white in a different language to be the second-ranking Justice Department official. They pointed to the Supreme Court ruling giving Trump and other presidents broad immunity. And their filing in the New York court said it lacks the authority to impose a sentence and judgment on President Trump or conduct any further criminal proceedings. I guess states no longer can judge presidents, even if presidents break state laws, is what they're saying. Blah, 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 full of crap. Look, in the end, Trump will never get what he deserves. He has already nominated like a rogues gallery of scumbags and assaulters and criminals and God knows what else to join his cabinet, each one worse than the next. They're all billionaires. Their plan, as we've talked about here on other shows, is to make crypto the currency, to take our economy down, to take over because billions aren't enough. Jeff Bezos has got his little Amazon Plus, making a documentary on Melania. I don't know how much of the time in that documentary she'll have her clothes on, the actor playing her, because, well, it's Melania. But Bezos kissing his butt, Zuckerberg getting rid of the third party fact checkers. They're already all in the bag for him. So why should he have to go through what normal people go through and be held accountable for a felony, right? He's a billionaire, at least on paper, too.